Because we want to sell it out tomorrow.
It's going to be sold out.
So we can celebrate. You know what I mean? Like, we want to be able to know.
If you guys sell it out tomorrow or whenever this drops, I will wear a Speedo on stage.
Shit.
You are now tuning in to the Roughnecks Podcast with your host, Cole Nixon. Much love.
What's up, everybody? Back with another episode. Roughnecks Podcast. I'm keeping this intro short. I give up on intros. They get too long. So, forgot to start that camera. There we go. No, I did start that camera. I didn't start that camera. I am struggling today. There we go. All right, now we're live. What's going on, guys? Alan, Trae. We got a double country artist in the house today. This is, I don't do a whole lot of double episodes, but I like, usually if I do doubles, they're like brothers or two of my friends. Like, it's different. So I haven't done one quite this situation. I kind of feel like I'm in an interrogation room right now with you guys sitting across the table from me. But what's going on, guys? How you guys doing?
Not bad, man.
Busy.
Yeah.
Busy season.
Yeah, we were just talking off air before Trae got here. You got all kinds of shows lined up.
Yeah.
It's just never ending. It seems like probably for both of you, especially, the daily life things as well.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Never seems to get a break.
Yeah.
But
doing all the details and stuff for the headliner show. Still arguing about who's first and who's last.
I think you guys just both got to come out together, I feel like.
Yeah. Thought about it.
Yeah, that's different. Is that how common is a double headliner?
Not too common.
I feel like I've seen it maybe a couple times with like super big artists and stuff, like the big country fest, like Buckeye Country, like something like that. But those, that's kind of different. Those are big fests. But how'd that idea come about?
I don't know. I think we've just been like trying to play a show together. Like we always work on the same weekends, but I get out to see Alan a lot more than he can come see me. But we just wanted to put on a show and thought, why not do it this route rather than like what the people were kind of used to seeing, playing at a venue that we played at before or whatever. So yeah, it's definitely gonna be different. There's a lot more that's involved with putting on this show compared to just showing up at the bar with your lights and sound.
Yeah.
So we're excited about that. But like, I'll be honest, man, like before I booked this with you, like we were on good terms, me and Alan, but it's just been kind of rocky ever since, man.
It's just one of those things where, we both have, a lot of fans in Ohio. And, we kind of, going back and forth and fighting back and forth on, who's going to pull it out at the end of the show, you know what I mean?
We still don't know what's going to happen yet.
I don't know.
I really like the promo announcement of it.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was a very good way to talk about the double headliner.
Yeah, yeah. We had fun with that, and ever since then we've been finding ways to stay angry at each other.
Is that why you texted me and said you wanted to bring Alan on too? You had some beef with him, so.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I think that was before we started even talking about this. We had talked, and then we had to like cancel one or something. So, yeah, this had been planned prior to me and Alan starting our beef. So we're here to hash it out, I guess.
Yeah, I'm here for it. I'm just I got the cameras and I got the mics. We're good. I'll let you guys. No, but yeah, the Newport, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've never been there. I can't say.
Man,
I've never been there either, to tell you the truth. The
Really?
first time I ever laid my eyes on the Newport is when we did that promo. So,
Okay.
Yeah, that was the first
Surprising.
time.
What's it comparable to, like, around? Because I feel like a lot of things in Columbus are very similar, and then like everything kind of has a comparison.
yeah. If I compared it to anything that we all know is probably the Bluestone.
Okay.
It's got like it's 2 decks.
Yeah.
Got the main floor, about 800 cap on the bottom, somewhere around there. And then they got the upstairs that kind of loops around. So it's like a U around the stage. It's kind of like Kings of Club too.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, it's just a epic venue here in Columbus. It's historical, and I mean, hell, I've been to my fair share of shows there. I've been kicked out of a couple there too. But,
How did that happen? Yeah, I mean, if you're willing to talk about it.
Of course. It was Hinder, and I was like 19, and we were just out in the parking lot or in the parking garage just pre-gaming. We got tanked, and I just remember like being in there. We were talking to somebody in line, and we were underage, obviously, so we were trying to score some beer once we got inside. So somebody ended up buying us some beer, and then a security guard came up to us as we got it, and me and my other buddy were getting the drinks. And my buddy's like, yeah, hold my drink. And he gave it to the security guard, and he dipped off into the crowd, and he got lost in the crowd. They couldn't find him. I'm like, what the fuck, man? I wasn't expecting that. Like, I would have took off with it. But no,
smooth.
They ended up getting me. Yeah, he was smooth about it. I didn't know what to do. But yeah, they kicked me out. But I've been to a few different concerts there, man. It's a great place, and I'm excited to perform there for once, so.
Where would you guys say is like your favorite concert venue that you've been to personally, whether you've played or went to a concert?
I can't remember what it was, but it was up in Cleveland some place. Jason Aldean was headlining, Luke Combs was opening up for him, and I think Lauren Elena was on the bill too.
Luke Combs opening up, that doesn't happen very
that was
often
a long
anymore.
time ago. It was a long time ago, yeah. But it was more of an outside amphitheater kind of feel, and I would say that'd be a primetime place. But the place that I've played that I always enjoy playing is the Bluestone. It's just the atmosphere, just the feeling when you're playing there, and it's just like, I don't know, it's got its own aura, really.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like every venue has its own aura, but that one just kind of hits me a little stronger than the other ones. So I would say the Bluestone for Columbus. Yeah.
The thing about the Bluestone, and with a lot of the Columbus venues that I really love personally, is they're big but small at the same time. So like, even if you're in the back, you still feel like you're right there on the stage. That's what I love about it. It makes the concert feel more real. Now, like, I'm not opposed to going to, the big concerts at the Shoe or something, but like, for me, I feel like it'd take away from it. It's the same as like going to a football game. I don't want to sit up in the very top. Like, if I'm going to go, I want to sit close enough that I can like feel the experience and stuff like that. That's why I really like the Bluestone and venues similar to that.
Yeah, I saw Steven Wilson there a couple of months ago, and that was incredible. Like, that was a great show. I think for me, like in Columbus at least, Kemba Live is pretty cool. The outdoor stage, the indoor stage is really nice too.
That was where I went to my very first concert.
You really?
If you take away Hartford Fair, because I don't feel like Hartford Fair counts.
That don't count.
I mean, I did see like Justin Moore, Dustin Lynch, and I think somebody else there before they, were popular. But it's like, I don't feel like that counts.
Yeah, well, that's cool though. You saw them before they blew up.
Yeah.
I always wanted to go to Red Rocks.
Yeah,
that's the one. I think that's everybody's kind of like bucket list venue to even just go to and see a concert there. I'm actually going to Colorado at the end of July, and I'm thinking about, I don't know who's playing there, what's going on there, but I'm just gonna go just check it out, just to do it. But yeah, it's
the videos I've seen of Red Rocks is just mind-boggling. Daytime or nighttime, whether you're a Zach Bryan fan or not, the one that it's snowing and he's singing snow, and it's just like, that gives you chills just because there's a different feeling. Like, that is, I feel like as a country artist, you have like the Grand Ole Opry, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you have like the Grand Ole Opry, and Red Rock's got to be pretty close to a number two.
I was going to compare those two.
Yeah. But
I was going to say, like, in the country realm or anything like that, or even just like the music realm, Red Rocks is definitely up there with Grand Ole Opry. Obviously, like, Grand Ole Opry is the mother church and stuff, and it's just like, you want to play there, you want to check that off the bucket list, and coming from Nashville, living in Nashville, I'd always walk past it. Like, I mean, it was, I don't know, it's just, that's one of those places where I never went into, because when I walk into that place, I want to play it. I don't want to go see a show. I don't really go out a lot and see shows and stuff. I just don't. It's because it's kind of like that thing where you want to be the guy up there doing it. Yeah. You don't want to, like, I hate being in the crowd and just being like, I don't know.
Yeah.
The concerts are fun, but it gets, as a fan, like, my sister's like, sends me a list of like 20 concerts at the beginning of the year, and I'm like, Shell, I'll go to like maybe 2 of them. First off,
Yeah.
I don't have time to go to that many. Like, and she's like, well, no, and then like, she'll be texting me about this one and that one and this one. And then I'm like, slow down. Like, I can only go to a couple of them. Like, I said at the beginning of the year, we went to the Brian Martin one, and I was like, this is my only one I'm doing this year. But now you guys are doing a double headliner. I'm like, well, crap, now I got another one to go to.
Yeah, buddy.
But yeah, it's concerts. They get expensive too, especially if you drink.
Oh yeah, that's why Trae was pregame with his buddies.
Yeah, we didn't have any money then. Yeah, so
Not only could they not get beer inside, but
couldn't afford it.
couldn't afford it either.
Yeah.
What's Nashville like? Like, because did you both live in Nashville at some point? You never did? You lived in Nashville for a little bit. What's it, I mean, you've both been there.
Yeah.
What's it like? Like, is there a different vibe there in terms of being a country artist, or is it kind of, like, what is the vibe there?
Want to hit on it?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, I think Alan and I have slightly different perspectives of Nashville from what I've learned, just because he did live there, and, he's got a taste of it in his mouth compared to me, where I've wanted to live there, but at the same time, with social media and the network of people that I do know down there, it's just about like getting there and being able to network. I have a business and family here, so it's hard for me to want to like get up and move. I can't do that necessarily. So I enjoy going to Nashville. I think that it's not the end all be all. It's not like we don't have to be there to be successful, because Columbus is a great market, and the opportunities, the fan base, the demographic here is just like Nashville in a sense. But Nashville is definitely a lot more cutthroat. I mean, there's just everybody's down there to work.
Yeah.
So you got to grind probably 10 times harder, to get to where, you're playing shows and you're making money and you're making a living at it without having to pick up a gig at, the Hard Rock Cafe to serve or whatever. So, but yeah, I think Nashville is a great city. I love it, but it's only good for me a couple days out of the month. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's what everybody that, like, the bachelorette trips or the bachelor trips or whatever, they go there. Everybody's like, it's kind of fun to go there once, but I don't know if I really want to go back.
Yeah, it's definitely, the vibe is like, just go out and drink and listen to music, and next thing you know, it's the wee hours in the morning, and then it's, So yeah, it's that's how I feel about it. I love it. So
Yeah, living there, you get a whole different, perspective on Nashville itself. You kind of go where you need to be, as far as like, if you want to make something of yourself, just get in with the right people, and get in with the right groups. Play a lot of songwriter nights, kind of mingle, get connected that way. There's one thing that I take from Nashville is the camaraderie that's there. It's very thick. I mean, and if you get with the right people, everybody uplifts each other there, and if you get like a clique, then you're lifting each other up, which is awesome, because it's like your connections are their connections, and then, things happen, and that's happened throughout history of music down in Nashville. It's like one guy, like Johnny Cash and Waylon Jennings and, all these guys, and, they kind of like stick to each other, and then they keep going and going and going. And, I mean, just like Morgan, Ernest, Hardy, and then you got like Ella and Riley Green, and you know what I mean? So there's like a camaraderie there.
Luke Combs and Chris Lane, I think they kind of had a come up together
Did
too.
they?
I believe so.
Yes.
I believe so.
So, in that aspect, it's great. But I will say, living down there, it's not my cup of tea. Like, I lived there for, 3 to 4 years, and I was just like, man, the city life ain't my life. I come from the country, in New Jersey. It's hard to believe, but a lot of people think, city life in Jersey and stuff, and there is, but there's more rural areas than a lot of people know.
That's similar in like New York and California too. They have some of the most beautiful wilderness that is known, but people all automatically think of the big cities in each of those.
Like, I had somebody say, like, when you're in podcasts or interviews or like meetings, don't say you're from New Jersey. And I'm like, why? And they're like, well, because it's you're kind of putting like a
It's almost like you're tagging yourself,
Yeah.
like you're putting yourself in that clique
yeah,
or
to
something
where,
like
where
that.
people are thinking like, oh, he's a city boy,
Yeah.
but I'm far from it. I'm far from it, and I actually hate the city. But Nashville was a good learning experience for me coming up, the do's and the don'ts, and I met with a lot of cool people that gave me a lot of great advice, and it's helped me throughout my career. So I will say that Nashville has that way of, if you get in with the right people, they let you know what's going on and where to go, where to be, and how to move in the business. So that's what I've kind of attributed my career to, is all the different things that people have told me in Nashville to do and not to do. So I've kind of risen from that. So.
And I mean, you kind of both touched on it, like the relationships that you kind of build there. How important is mentors, whether it's in the sense of another artist or another, a manager or whatever it may be? How important are mentors in your business? I mean, I'm sure it's pretty much the same in every type of business. Whatever you want to go into, you need the mentors. So, like, how important have they been to you guys? And can you name a few of them?
Yeah, one of my mentors was Justin Moore's manager, Pete Hartung, and he was, I don't know if Justin's still with him, but Dustin Lynch was with him at one point. L3 Entertainment it was called, and we had a lot of meetings, and I still text him to this day, and see what he thinks about the moves that I make and stuff like that, and where I go and how I do it. And at that point in time, I was looking to get like signed off the rip. I moved to Nashville. I was so jacked up. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm, the best shit. You know what I mean? Like you've ever heard. I had a lot of ego to myself at that point, and he just told me, he was like, listen, like you're gonna have to pay your dues. Like that's one big thing in this town that you're gonna have to do. And he said it's a 5 to 10 year town. And if something happens in 5 years, awesome. If something happens in 10 years, great. He goes, but do you need to fix that?
I don't know where it's coming from. I didn't know if it was just mine or...
No, I got it.
That's weird. I don't know. I think we're good. I mean, if you want to take the headphones off, we may have to. If it's... now it
It's all good
stops.
to me.
But...
So yeah, he said it's a 5 to 10 year town. Make something of yourself in 10 years if you stay. And I'm just kind of like, hey, he said it's a town of you hurry up and wait. Like you do everything you can under the sun, and if you're doing it right, you just wait on that call. And I'm more of a guy of like, if opportunity presents itself, I'm gonna take it because I'm an opportunist. So, and that's what I did. So I didn't really stick around that town too long, 5 years or 10 years or whatever like that. But like, like we were talking about, we go back to Nashville every time that we can, do songwriter nights, write with people, record, stuff like that. So it's good in that aspect. But yeah, one of my mentors was Pete Hartung, and he really showed me a different way. And for everybody out there that plays Broadway, sorry, but I'm going to say this. He actually told me, he said, stay away from Broadway. Don't ever play Broadway because it stumps your creativity as an artist. And he's like, because they will not allow you to play your cover or your originals. He's like, you only play covers and then you get stuck. Because it's a good paycheck.
You just kind of become a cover artist.
Yeah.
I mean, which there's nothing wrong. There's plenty of them out there. But if you want to make a name for yourself, like you want to be your own artist, that's not the way to go.
Yeah. So he said, stay away from Broadway, and he's talking about stay away from playing the honky tonks, like Tin Roof and other places like that. And but I was playing 2nd Avenue on the street,
Yeah.
playing for tips and stuff. That's how I got back for a while. So that's why I dove into the songwriter aspect, and I got with a good group there, and that's kind of how I just did my time when I was in Nashville. So but yeah, that's one of my mentors. So
Yeah, I mean, my mentors have been just kind of like people that are close to me already, and they're not big names. It's just people that I confided in, and I've done a really good job of just surrounding myself with people that are great at what they do, and I've been fortunate enough to make friends with some of the best musicians and most talented people I know, like out of Columbus in Ohio. So, you know, I've always just kind of taken advice from the people around me, and you know, I'm kind of missing that next level guy to kind of help pull in a direction. But I've also had some opportunities with people that, you know, talk this and talk that, and it always just kind of falls through. And at the end of the day, I've just been better off just kind of like going my route until something actually sticks, you know. But yeah, it's a never-ending battle to find people to kind of mentor you.
Yeah.
Like, you look for it. You want people to help you.
Yeah.
You know, and you're willing to put whatever you can in to create that relationship and that friendship, and you go above and beyond, and then next thing you know, you're getting screwed over. And so, like, you feel taken advantage of a lot too from that. So I don't know, you just learn along the way. And not to say that the next opportunity arises is somebody that wants to talk, or hey, we can do this for you, we can do this for you. You know, I'm all ears, and I want to believe it, and I want to be a part of whatever your vision is. But this is my vision, and this is my team of people that have gotten me here. So it's like, I want to be able to pull that circle with me.
Yeah.
And I want somebody to understand that, rather than like just take me and then do what they want with me.
Yeah.
You know, I just think it's a different game nowadays compared to 20 years ago, 15 years ago. You know, there's a lot of successful independent guys nowadays.
I was going to say, I feel like it's becoming way more common to be independent than to sign with. So, like, a lot of the big artists obviously are signed, but, you know, I mean, Oliver Anthony was one that I don't think he's still signed to this day. And it's like he had the #1 song at the time in that. So, like, independent, and here's the thing with independent, like, how much easier it is, I'm assuming now, because of social media and just getting in front of people. It's way easier, I feel like, to be an independent artist nowadays.
Yeah, it's just as exhausting as it, you know. I mean, you understand from running the podcast.
And I have a side business that I was telling him about. So yeah, like, that everybody wants to be an entrepreneur until they realize how much work they have to do.
No, I want to be able to delegate even my social media. Like, I want somebody to do that for me. You know, like, that's how busy
I was telling my buddy about it. I have my side business where I will run people's social media. I run a couple organizations' social media. I want somebody to run a podcast because I'm like, that makes me money. This doesn't. I want somebody else take care of this for me. Yeah, it's exhausting sometimes. I mean, I can't tell you how many nights my fiance will come down and be like, "You coming to bed?" And I'm like, "I got like 2 more hours of work." And she's like, "It's 2 a.m." I'll be like, "I'm all right."
Yeah, I know guys that are like independent artists that got to a point where they blew up. I'm talking about one in particular guy, but I don't want to say his name. And you know, you get to a certain point where you're super successful. Now everybody wants to sign you.
Yeah.
But like, you can also just get like a publishing deal, right? To where like you're just writing songs, and you're writing songs and you're paid for writing songs, but you still retain the rights to your brand as an independent artist. And there's like different deals that you can work out with people that want to sign you nowadays, and it's just like structured differently.
Ignore him.
But yeah, that's you know, I have my buddy Jake Hall, and my guitar player, he's a singer-songwriter, and he's a great songwriter, you know, but a guy like that, like, he wants a publishing deal. Like, he wants to be a songwriter. Guys like us, you know, we want to go on tour. We want to be on tour. We want to be on the road. So that's trying to do both things as an independent artist. Like, you're kind of chasing both of those. But when you get to a point, you know, you can structure those deals, especially like as independent artists. Like, you're a business owner. Like, somebody wants to buy in to my business at that point. That's how I see it. So,
yeah, I think to touch on that, you know, being independent, being the business owner, you know, there's a lot of different people that are in my camp, in particularly, that keep shit going. Like, you know, I used to do everything by myself until I found, you know, one of my good friends, Austin Blanton. He was just like 5 years ago, came out to a show and was like, dude, I will help you, whatever you need, let's do this. And I was like, all right, because I'm getting whooped, man. Like booking shows, doing all these things, and so he took on a lot, and that's where you see a lot of these shows come from. Is you know, we didn't just start out by everybody loving it. You know, we started out cold calling, and going around to bars and venues and playing them songs, and man, we hustled for a long time before, you know, 2 years ago, where now we don't have to hustle as hard for the show. You know what I mean? Like now most of Ohio knows who I am, and they're emailing now. We don't have to reach out anymore. To tell you the truth, there's a lot of people that reach out and we're like, man, our schedule's full for the year. We've closed our books, and we'll look to next year to see if we can get you in. And so that's a great problem to have. But then, you know, also like, you know, my band and stuff, like, you know, I'll shout them out, Jamie on drums and Ron on guitar, and, you know, a lot of other things that are, you know, really big focal points of what goes on with Al and Carl, you know what I mean? And to make a good show, to book good shows, and to keep that fire lit, you know, as an independent artist is hard to do, because now you don't, you know, necessarily have that big money backing. Mm-hmm. You know, you ain't got the radio stations that are playing your songs because you're not signed, and, you know, they're not shelling out the money for you to get on the radio. You know, I mean, there's just a bunch of different variables that come into being an independent artist that, you know, being signed would be nice. But then again, you're taking a lot of percentage away from yourself. Mm-hmm. And sometimes that could be, you know, kind of detrimental to who you are as an artist, because now it's like, well, what are you signing on to? Like, what do the contracts look like and all this other stuff? So, you know, there's lawyers involved, attorneys, there's a bunch of other things. And being an independent artist, man, you could just, like Trae said, you know, you could just kind of like have your own creativity, and this is my vision, you know what I mean? And this is where I want to go, and this is how I feel, how I want to move in this business. And you're not having somebody else that, I'm just going to say it, you know, hasn't been on stage, hasn't wrote a song, but got deep pockets. Had never connected with fans. They don't sign things. They don't take pictures. You know what I mean? They don't talk to fans. They're just deep pockets. So it's like, how does your vision line up with my vision when you're not in the seat that I'm in? You know what I mean? And I think that's where a lot of like record labels go wrong. Tell you the truth, man. They send these artists down this road, and it's like, man, that doesn't work for that dude. He knows it doesn't work for him, but he signed on that dotted line, and now he's kind of stuck. So as an independent artist, you know, you got TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all these different apps that you can utilize to make your music go big, and a lot of artists have done that, like Zach Top and stuff. I mean, dude, like 2 years ago, I saw Zach Top on my TikTok feed for you page, and I was like, who is this guy? He sounds awesome. He sounds like Alan Jackson's son or some shit, you know what I mean? But he's awesome.
There's the conspiracies with that.
Did you start that rumor? Was that you?
Yeah. But like, you know, you see a guy like that, and you know, it's almost like it's too good to be true, which is like weird, you know? So it's like, was there already something set in stone, and then boom, it happened, or how did that happen? So I don't know. You know, being an independent artist, owning your own business and stuff, it's a lot of weight, but at the end of the day, I feel like it's more gratifying, because your vision's being portrayed to people and fans, and the real you is being portrayed to fans and people, and they're just getting the real you. They're not getting a washed down version of what this guy with deep pockets thinks that you
guys didn't even write.
Yeah. Right, exactly.
I mean, that's I forget who it was. It was a bigger name, and we were just driving down to Outer Banks this past week, and when we're driving down, like my fiance was like reading the lyrics of a song, and it got to the bottom, and I was looking at it, and I was like, there was like 20 writers on the song, and he wasn't even one of them. And I'm like, how? And then like I started looking at other ones, and I'm like, that's way more common than I thought. Of, you know, these big time guys, they don't write their own
That's
songs.
the machine, man.
Yeah.
That's how songwriters get paid. That's why there's so many songwriters, you know, because a lot of those guys are getting their songs cut. Yeah. And the big guys, they don't have to put that much effort into it at a certain point. Like I think that you want to hold on to that. You want to be a part of that for as long as you can. Mm-hmm. But at some point, I think that it's just like throwing a towel. Like you got 18,000 songs sitting in your inbox right now, you know?
The thing that sucks with me is me personally, when it comes to music, I like to connect to the music, or like, and I like when they tell, like, it's a story. Yeah. So when they tell a story and I'm like, holy crap, like, and then you start looking up about their life and you're like, wait, this doesn't even relate to them at all. Like, I'm so confused. True, that's the part that just throws me off. And then I'm like, it throws me off with the artist a little bit. The songs that, you know, like being a songwriter, you're writing about your life in a way, like, or you're, I mean, yeah, there's some, it's kind of like a movie that's based on a true story. It's not all 100% factual maybe, but there's some things that, like, a lot of it is true.
Yeah, like inspiration from something or an experience from something. And I think, you know, as songwriters like us, you know, we take inspiration from anywhere we can get it. Like, I don't sit down a lot of times where I got my guitar in front of me, you know, and I'm like, okay, what can I write on? But it has to do with, like, did I experience this, or, you know, is my life like this right now? I like to write from the heart. So, like, if I'm going through something in life, you'll know about it in a song. If I'm, you know, on top of the world, you'll know about it in a song, because it's either the delivery of how the song is played, you know, or how we wrote it, or, you know, anything like that. But, you know, I like to just be personable with my songs and you know, relate with people. And one of the songs, Darker Side of Me, you know, I necessarily never saw it or never been through it or anything like that, but Darker Side of Me is, you know, is one of those songs where you know, dude's beating on a woman, you know. It's like, I've never experienced that. I've never been around that, you know what I mean? But there was a story with somebody that I knew that had happened. And so that's where that song came from. And I sat down and I said, I hit up a buddy of mine from Nashville and I said, yo, we need to write this song. And that's where Darker Side of Me came from. And it's one of the best, it's one of the best songs that has done the most, like, YouTube views and stuff. And because people relate to that. There's more people that, and another thing is, like, we write songs and we think, oh, nobody's going to relate to this. Dude, there's an ass for every seat. You know what I'm saying? And people will relate to it. So, what do you think, Trey?
I was going to say that I was listening to a podcast with Jelly Roll, and he was like this was right before he released his latest album. I forget what it's called, but he was like at the rehab, and he was just kind of sitting there, and there was a guy there that had been there for 20 years, you know, sober, but that guy told him something, and Jelly Roll stopped writing for himself. He started writing about other people's stories and stories that he was hearing in there. And he's like, once he did that, he's like, that's when I started winning. That's when I knew, when I started writing for other people and not myself. But, like, you still want to be able to, your story, but, like, through somebody else's pain that they're suffering from. You know?
I feel like you're able to, how you present it and how you perform it, it may not be your story, but you maybe not relate to it, but you experienced it, heard the story. You perform it a whole different way than if it was somebody else just writing a song for you. Not that those aren't hits, because I like a lot of those songs as well, but you know, they get performed a different way, I feel like.
We wrote a song, one of the first songs that we wrote together, well, probably the second or third. It's called Stay, and Alan he like sent me the idea, and I'm like, dude, that's really good, I like it. And he came over to my place and we started recording it, we started writing it, and the next thing you know, when we got done with the song, I'm like, this is exactly like kind of what I'm going through in the moment. And we like kind of touched on it, like where we wanted to go with the song, but by the end of the song I was like, man, this is something that I'm really going through right now. Like, I want this girl to stay, you know. And the song just wrapped it up so well, and it was like all these examples of like why she would leave, you know, like what you want to fix about yourself. And but it's just crazy, like that's just kind of what came out naturally with no idea of where we were really going to go with the song, you know what I mean? But that's the cool part about writing songs, is because when you get at the end of the song, you realize that's what you're going through, you know, and it could go anywhere. And especially when you don't have like a point or a plot to the story, and you're just kind of like writing stuff down and being creative with a microphone and a Logic in front of you. But
I will say that song "Stay." I shot him the idea, but the idea came from him.
oh, really?
I will
He
say,
doesn't even know this right now.
No. So I'm such a dude of like, I'm like a sponge. So if like somebody's feeling a certain type of way, and you know they kind of portray it, they give it, you know, send it to me as far as like emotional, like I kind of harbored that, and we've had long talks about stuff, and I was just like, you know what, he actually sent me like a guitar riff, and I go, you know what, I think this song, I think we could write it this way. And I don't think I've ever told you that.
No, I didn't know.
But yeah, that was the idea.
I love it.
I was kind of like John Coffey in what's that movie called? Green Mile, where he breathes in the like, you know, the you know, energy of people and stuff, and then expels it. And you know, that's where that song kind of came from, was like he told me a bunch of stories and stuff, and I was just like, you know, it needs to be said. It needs to be said in a way that, man, this is a love letter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
It came out really good.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
and
sick.
like that, too. Like, we usually will do a song, and we're like, yeah, this one's got to get to Nashville. Because
Yeah.
we need to recut this. But this one, we are like, we could release this just as this is right here, right now.
So good.
And I'm not a producer. I know how to press record. That's it.
Hey, say
That's
it.
it.
Yeah. What's the hardest part? Is it the lyrics or the music behind it?
Lyrics. I mean, I think lyrics is tricky because you want to, for me, like when I write a song, it's definitely coming from the heart. That's my problem. Is all my friends growing up, they'd make fun of me because all of my stuff was like soft and sweet and like I'm writing for a bunch of women, you know what I mean? But taking that, which is cool because, you know, women love concerts. They love to come to shows. They love the support. They bring their boyfriends along for the most part. And, you know, so like for me, that was just kind of like my thing. And when I would lean into it, it just wouldn't come out the way that I wanted it to come out. It'd be a little cheesy or, you know, maybe a little too soft. So
Well, we're our own worst critic at the same time.
well, that too, but I was also getting advice and, you know,
Okay.
from some friends around me. But again, I grew up with a bunch of punk rockers and metalheads, so it's the last thing they wanted to hear. But the co-write, taking these ideas that I have, like for instance, what Alan just said, if I would have took that song all the way by myself, I would have probably scrapped it, you know. But to have another great songwriter and another great songwriter a part of that, it shapes it to where you truly want it to be, at least through my experiences. Now there's some guys out there that could probably love, you know, listening to their own lyrics and their own melodies and stuff, but I like to use the people around me, you know, to make the greatest possible song that I can get or be a part of. And if I'm lucky enough to be the one to cut that, then that's even better. But just being in those rooms,
Yeah.
those co-writes are a big deal. That's pretty much the main reason why I like to go to Nashville. Okay. Like the songwriter sessions are fun and it's nice, but it's just about the songwriting and being with people down there writing songs and getting your name on that, you know, in that network.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. For me, it's like whenever I sit down, write a song, I can't just write lyrics. Like one of our buddies, Dwayne, he's so good with just, you know, even if he's driving or at work or something, like, dude, he can just like write a song. I can't do that. I need to feel inspired by music. So, I will say I sit down and I come up with a melody that I think, you know, kind of steers the vehicle of lyrics. So, you know, put it in a mindset of like, the vehicle is full of lyrics. There's another vehicle of melody, and you're riding down a road, and they just come together. And that's how I write. It's like I need to feel. I can listen to a melody, and then feel the connection with the melody to come up with the lyrics that fit that melody emotionally. And that's just the way I do it. You know what I mean? I can't just like come up with lyrics and then put a melody to it, because honestly, it won't fit. To me, anyway.
Yeah.
It just won't. But
You need the emotion behind the music first. Yeah,
To
and everything,
feel the lyrics.
and everything that I've ever sent you, you send it back to me like he's just mumbling a melody. I had this guitar riff for a year, dude, a fucking year, and like I wrote a whole song to it. I wrote a whole song to this guitar riff, bro, and like I didn't share it with anybody except for my girl, and like it was not it. Like it just wasn't it. We took the same guitar riff and I sent it to him, and within 5 minutes he sends me a voice memo back with this melody over it. I'm like, that is exactly what it needs to be. And I couldn't hear it the whole time, you know, but as soon as like he heard that, he was able to elevate his creativity, you know, but it was my guitar riff that like I was creative with, and I created this. I'm like, this is something, but I just don't know where to go with it. And sometimes that happens when you write by yourself. It's just like trying to get outside of this box that you're in. And Alan does a great, like, I think Alan is a great when it comes to melodies and lyrics and like being creative with that. And
thanks, man.
yeah, I mean, he's got a really shitty voice, but somehow he comes up with these great melodies, you know. But no, I was gonna pull up. He mentioned Dwayne, and he's just talking about how Dwayne like writes lyrics out of nowhere.
That's crazy.
And he wrote this one song, and one of my favorite lines in it was, "A long last kiss, I feel your heartbeat racing, like the RPMs in this old truck shaking." And I'm like, that is
an old truck. Was it shaking at the time?
I mean, it's just such a fire lyric, you know? It's just such a good lyric, and it's not easy to do that type of stuff. It's not.
I love when metaphors are like implemented in songs, but they just hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people do metaphors all the time, but it's like, oh yeah, you're burning like a fire. Like, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
your love's burning like a fire. Okay, I've heard it.
I have a song called Wildfire, so the flames are getting higher and higher, bro.
That's funny.
Yeah, and I feel. Do you ever have those lines like that like one part in a song that you always look forward to? Like if you're performing or when you're writing, and it's like I just got to find a way to fit this one line in here because like this is the key part of the song.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's called the hook. You know, like that's the hook.
Yeah.
You want that in
Feed
there.
off of that.
You got to be able to fit the hook in there. And I think that's kind of where, like, storytelling's great, but I think a good hook in the storytell is important.
Vital.
You know what I mean? It's like you can tell a story, but if there's not a hook, it's just a story. The hook is like the part that everybody wants to hear and wants to sing.
That's what everybody's singing at the concert.
Right.
They may forget the other parts of it, but they know that one part.
Right.
Right.
So you got to learn how to implement that as a songwriter, you know. If you want your stuff to be hooky, it's also like a poppy
Yeah.
way of looking at things, because it's not like that in all genres. But
I feel like that's also like I completely just lost my train of thought. Holy crap.
I do that a lot, but I smoke weed a lot too.
well, I stopped smoking weed as much as I used to, and it's helped. It has helped. But what were we talking about?
I was gonna ask
I
too.
didn't even know there was a guitar back there, bro.
Yeah, it just kind of hides back there
Talking
in the
to me.
corner.
I'm like up against it.
Yeah, that thing doesn't. I mean, it's probably dusty at this point. I don't know. It's it doesn't get used. I started playing for a little bit, and then everything else took over, and it kind of.
Doesn't got his name on.
I know. I was like, damn, that's a no-name guitar.
That was actually it was my fiance's, and she already had it, and I was like, I've always wanted to play guitar, and she already had she had some course that she had bought or something, so I
Kinda
off of
looks-
Udemy.
Kind of looks like a Taylor, bro.
a little bit.
A little bit.
She said it was cheap. I think she bought it. I don't remember where she bought it, but yeah, I don't know.
Takamine.
Music go round, bro.
Amazon. Of course,
TV.
Amazon. You can get it. Yeah. How common is it to have people, kind of going back a little bit, to the mentors and advice? You guys both talked about, you had somebody come up to you at a show. Like, how common is it? Do you have people coming up to you offering advice? and it's bullshit, to be 100% clear. I mean, and also people that have no idea, like fans that have no idea about the business.
That's the worst, by the way.
How common is it?
It's very common.
Very common. Almost every show.
Yeah, there's always somebody who will want to try to critique your live performance or like, oh, this or this or this. You know, you don't necessarily want to hear that right after show.
No.
Like, I'm not mad at you for saying, hey, whatever your thoughts were on the show, oh, your show was great, but this, you know, and the people that rise to top and want to help, or the big money people that are at the show and, you know, they're all buzzed up and they're talking a big game, and, you know, then you don't hear from them. I mean, for this guy, I'm sure it happens every single time he plays. He plays a lot more than I do, but it's definitely common, man. That's why you kind of lose hope in believing in anybody that can take you anywhere, you know, is because of all of those people that at some point, you know, somebody's offering something for you or to help you, and it just always falls through.
Yeah. I mean, living in Nashville, I mean, you know, I've had meetings upon meetings upon meetings about, you know, and this is the thing. It's like, I know what people are going to say before they even say it, because they're saying the same shit.
You've
that they
heard it
said
so many times.
in the last meeting that I was in. And it's always like, well, keep on doing your thing. Keep on posting. Keep on building that fan base. Once you get to 10K, everything will happen. Bullshit.
I wish.
Dude, one of our good friends, he's killing it. He's killing it. He's got great numbers on social media. Everything's awesome. And I don't know where he's at with anything, but, you know, it's always those, it's like a hurry up and wait. It's like you literally have everything you can have. He's a good looking dude. He's got great music, good followers. Like, everything's awesome for him. And it's like, how come this dude's not getting signed? Because these people were just telling me this shit, like, a couple of years ago in meetings and stuff.
Yeah.
You need to get to this number for them to take you serious. You need to do this. You need to do that.
Well,
And
anymore, they're like, I'm sure there might be a similar thing too, and like there's like an inflation in it. Like, oh, it used to be 10K, now it's like 20K.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, and whether that's true or not, but like it's, I'm sure that changes from, especially with how big social media has got.
But at the end of the day, it's all about, I'm going to say this word wrong, but virality. I think that's being viral. Going viral.
Yeah.
You know, that's the biggest thing. If you go viral on any platform, people are looking. People are seeing, well, what's he got? What's he got other than what this video I just saw this video and it was great and it's viral. What else does he have? So I think that's the point of where artists not necessarily need to look, but, you know, just kind of be yourself. But like, I always like stumble on this of like, I suck at posting a lot. You know what I mean? I just kind of like...
Same.
I'm just like to post stuff that matters, like our show coming up and, you know, different shows coming up, you know, the places that I'm playing. And a lot of people that I've talked to are like, show them who you are as a person. Like, who is Alan Carl? What does he like to do? You know? And I've talked to a guy that I talk to till this day, and he just gives me pointers and stuff, and like show them, you know, you ride Harleys, you like to do this, you like to go mudding, you like to go fishing and hunting and stuff, and show them that side, but also put a song over top of it of what you're doing, of one of your songs, so that potential is to go viral. And you know, I'm like, I always like fall short of that because I have a life outside of what I, you know, all of this, you know, so.
Yeah, it's that's a lot to do, because like when you're trying to enjoy yourself, like go hunting or something,
exactly.
You know, it's hard to want to take out your phone and take a video and, you know, do that, because that's taken away from what you're actually experiencing. But people are really good at that. You know, I heard 4 posts a day. You know, if you post 4 times a day, you in a year, you know, you'll.
And it could be anything.
Yeah,
it could be anything. It could be us like sitting here. Like, honestly, we should be like.
Yeah, all 3 of us should
right now. Like, for real.
If I wasn't watching my camera, I plan on getting one at the end. But
yeah,
it's like it is crazy, and that's the thing too. Especially like with hunting and fishing, like that's the last thing that you're thinking about doing.
Of course,
that's like anything. When you're doing your hobby, you're not wanting to be on your phone, so it's really hard start to get on your phone. Like I tell myself like, oh, I need to take pictures or videos about when I'm hunting, because I'd love to like start a YouTube channel. Like that's something that I do, and then I forget my camera. My phone's about to die. Like all these things happen.
Yeah, because you're not focused on that. You're focused on killing a deer.
Hey, I got to make sure I have my bow.
Exactly. I didn't leave it at the bottom of my stand. Shit.
Oh, I've done that before, where I had a deer walk in and I went, oh shit, I didn't knock an arrow. Oh shit.
Yeah. I've been there.
Yeah. What are you guys' hobbies? What do you guys do outside of music? Like, I'm assuming music takes a lot of your time, but what do you guys do outside of music?
I'll just say it real quick. Hunting, fishing, loving it. No, I'm checking. I go hunting a lot. I like to go fishing. I like to ride my Harley, and I don't like to be on social media.
Dude, I don't do shit. I really don't. Like, I feel like I don't do anything. I have 2 little girls, so when I have them, it's all about that. Music is pretty much my only hobby. I mean, I like to go golfing. I like to, take my kids to the pool and stuff, but I didn't really have that country life growing up. I've always just been working towards.
Because you're from Pickerington, correct?
Yeah. So, like, it was kind of... Back in the day, it was
a little. I mean, it was like kind of 50-50 in Pickerington.
Yeah,
you had some country, you had some
definitely
city.
Exactly. So that's kind of what I claim myself to be, a little bit of both. You know, I can walk both lines. But yeah, I've just always focused on like my music, and it even takes away from me listening to other people's music and finding inspiration, because it's like I'm always working on my own stuff. Yeah, so it's like. Somebody will be like, hey, you listened to that Morgan Wallen album yet? I'm like, no, I haven't listened to it. No. But I did end up listening to some of it on my way up to Put-in-Bay. But yeah, it's I'm kind of a hobbyless dude right now. I go out and see Alan play. I go out and see some other buddies play or whatever, catch some blues jams and stuff. But I guess drinking. Shit.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Golf and drinking go very well
Yes,
together.
it does.
Until it's too much, and then my golf game goes to more shit. I was going to say goes to shit, but it was already shit to begin with.
I feel like I play better when I'm a little tipsy. I'm not gonna.
There's
lie.
always like that. I feel like there's that point. Like you
that
get
fine line.
a certain amount of beers, and I will start stroking the shit out of the ball, and then I have 2 more beers, and it's all downhill from there. Or somebody's like, "Hey, you want a fireball shot?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, it usually falls apart by at least 12.
Yep.
Whole 12.
Yeah.
After the turn,
You're feeling good at the turn. Played a decent front 9, and then it all falls apart.
That's what my buddy is in a league, and he texted me the other day. He's like, I won my league, and I was like, how the hell did you win your league? And he's like, I didn't drink, and I was like, oh, that makes way more sense.
Yeah, I can't. If I'm on the golf course, I have to have some beers.
It don't matter what time it is.
No. I went out with a couple buddies of mine last week. We went out Apple Valley Golf Course.
He was already hung
I like that.
Oh, dude.
I like that course. That's a nice little course.
Yeah, dude. I was already like, but I was catching the hair of the dog, and yeah, we started out. We did 18. We did 9, and then took a lunch break, and then went out for the last 9. And man, I tell you what, my game was great, but
I don't believe that.
I'm projecting a little bit.
We'll see. I haven't golfed at all this year, and my buddy has a bachelor trip, which we're just staying local and golfing around here. But we're golfing, and I'm like, oh god, this is going to be really bad. I haven't golfed all year. I haven't even swung a golf club once this year, so we'll see how it goes. That's what I always tell myself every year. I'm gonna go a few more times this year, and then like all of a sudden it's August, and I'm like, I have gone twice.
Yeah.
I usually do better at the beginning of the season when I'm not overthinking it. But like, I'll go out my first round, because I haven't played yet this year either. But my first round will probably be my best round. And then after that, I'll just start overthinking everything.
Yep.
Yeah, then you're switching up your swing and everything.
Yeah.
And then your buddies are like, "Well, try this way."
Oh
try.
my! I
like,
hate that. It drives me nuts.
Let me just do my thing, all right?
Let me just suck, all right?
Yeah. Ain't no getting better here. I'm just gonna suck.
There's only like one person that I golf with, and he or that I've golfed with that I'm okay when he gives me tips, because he went to state in high school and then like went to college to be a golf instructor for a little bit. So like when he gives me tips, I'm like, all right, I'll listen, because I'll do it and it'll like work. And I'm like, oh shit, all right, he actually knows what he's talking about. But like, you know, I'll go out with like some buddies and they're like, you need to do this. I'm like, I just watched you hit the ball 400 feet to the right. Why am I going to listen to you? Well, I tried to do it and I failed at it.
You just sliced the ball into the pond. What are you talking about?
You guys like me? Do you play your slice and then that's the one that you hit straight?
Shit.
Yeah, I will hit right all day, and I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna aim left, and then I hit that one dead straight, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Straight over the trees to the next.
Well, what you're doing wrong is not.
Yeah, I feel like it's important to have a little bit of hobby too, like it kind of to help take your mind off of it. But I understand it's hard to get out and do things, and with a busy life, it's just it's the last thing on the list to get done. Because I'm constantly like in my head, I'm like, this needs done, this video needs edited, I need to schedule this person, I need to do all this stuff, and it's like golfing's one of the last things I'm thinking about. Hunting, I try at that one, I fit in, but it's like that season opener, I don't care if it's 80 degrees, I'm going. It's tradition now. But you guys want some bourbon?
Yes.
Dude, I thought you'd never ask.
I
was about to ask for it myself.
I just got this stuff in North Carolina.
Nice.
I'll let you guys pour your own, because I've never had it, but I had a little bit of it. It's Noble Oak, double oak bourbon. I thought it was pretty good, but I'm not a bourbon connoisseur, whatever that word is.
Our buddy Dwayne is. That's
Really?
for damn sure. That dude's got a plethora, big word, of whiskey.
I went on a bachelor trip to Florida. I've had too many weddings this year.
I was gonna say, dude, you're going on it.
I've been to Florida twice, North Carolina. I have another trip in the beginning of July, and then the wedding's in July, and then I was supposed to do another one in Texas, but it's at the same. The wedding's the same day as my buddies. So, and I was like, I can't go, dude. And he asked me a year ago. So,
have you been on a bachelor party before?
Yeah.
Got any wild stories, or you kind of?
Not well.
Keep
So
wraps.
the first bachelor party was my brother's when I was like 16. So I don't know if that counts. That one. I don't remember it. I don't remember his wedding. That was by far, I probably shouldn't say this, but by far the drunkest I have ever been in my life. It was a little rough. But I just went to Florida for one, which I was the drinker of the group. The rest of them, and they drank, but I was sitting, me and the other guy were sitting at the bar just pounding beers, and the other two were fucking hammered, and we're like, who'd have thought the two drunks weren't going to be the one that was drunk? Like, we were the ones that made sure we got in the Uber okay.
I will say this is smooth, man.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Noble Oak.
I've never heard of it. Like I said, I don't know a whole lot. I just started getting into bourbon probably a year and a half ago.
That would pair well with a cigar.
Well, that's what we need to one time probably do. I do like the patio recordings. I haven't done one in a while, but we sit out. I have a couch out there, and we just sit out there and smoke cigars and drink whiskey.
Dude, that's my style.
Yeah.
Come on.
Let's get a little, Thursday or Friday night, a little bonfire. Smoke some
Thursdays
cigars.
don't work for me. I play in a volleyball league.
Oh, shit. They don't usually work for us either. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh, she's home. I was like, how the hell did they get out of that room? But fiance's home, so now they'll quit barking, finally. But, no, I had another question. Oh, I wanted to talk about the albums, because you brought up the Morgan Wallen album. I wanted to talk about the whole idea of these giant albums. Thoughts on them, like 36-song albums. I don't know what's the typical range anymore, because I feel like every big artist, even some of the smaller artists, they're doing 30-some song albums. What are your thoughts on them?
Yeah, so I think it's too much.
I agree.
I think it's too much. I think you get lost in the sauce when you do too many songs on an album. Now, we'll say with a guy like Morgan, he can kind of get away with it because people, he's got a huge fan base.
Yeah.
Top dog, and he can get away with it.
They got him top 10 songs on the Billboard charts.
Yeah.
On that album, you know what I mean?
Making bread like crazy, So I get that aspect, but I will say, and this is no throwing shade at him or anybody who wrote on his stuff, but I will say it starts getting kind of sounds the same. Like almost every song kind of sounds the same.
There was one of the songs that I was listening to, and I was like, where have I heard this before?
Yeah, right.
Like, it sounded so familiar, whether it was his song or somebody else's song, but it just sounded very similar. And I actually listened to another one today with Co Wetzel and, what's her name?
Jesse Merv.
No, that one, it starts with an E.
Ella Langley.
Yes. When I heard, they wrote a song, which I guess was 2 or 3 years ago, which I didn't even realize, and I was like, this was very similar, one of Co's songs that was just released. So it does all kind of, I feel start to blend.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think song for song on Morgan's latest album was kind of like that. They're all great songs, but it's all the same vibe kind of thing, which I think that was his point too, was he was trying to write more of a mid-tempo album. He wanted to have more meaning, he wanted to have less hip-hop beats and stuff like that, but yeah, I mean, as an independent artist, it's all about singles, and
I was gonna ask that because neither of you have an album out, right?
No, man, no.
It's expensive, man.
I was gonna say, I'm assuming that's not cheap, but is there I'll let you finish your thought and then I'll let you kind of go on.
I mean, because you can take those singles and then you can re-release them on the album, and you want to be able to have at least 12 to 15 songs to be able to do something like that. So right now I'm sitting on probably right around an album, but I produced them, you know what I mean? And we haven't got them to Nashville yet. So you have to, if you want a certain quality, you get a song to a certain point, but you can always take it to the next level. But you got to make sure it goes in the direction that you want it to go in, because if you go work with the wrong producer, it might, kind of get derailed and go somewhere else. But that's a very crucial part of being an artist too, is finding a great producer. So I have probably 15 songs right now that I want to release, and I'm to the point right now where I'm just about to release a demo album. Just call it a demo album, because I have good songs. I think people will like them, but the quality isn't what I'm used to as far as the production goes. And once you get to that point and you go and cut a song in Nashville, you can't really go back to what you were doing before, because now you gotta make sure that you're on that level every time, and it costs a lot of money to be able to do that. So it's easier to release singles. It's more affordable, but if you do it that way, the right way to do it would to be release a song every 4 to 6 weeks. So you still got to be pumping out the money
a little bit. It's still an expense.
It's basically throwing down money for an album.
Exactly.
I mean, if you're doing 4 to 6 weeks, it's basically throwing down money for an album.
Yeah. But I know guys, not necessarily in our genre, but I know a couple of hip hop guys that are successful independent artists because they were able to do that. And it's a lot different from my perspective, at least, because we're writing songs with guitars and groups of people, and in a band.
They're creating it on their laptop.
If they're even creating it. You know what I mean?
True.
They might just be writing the lyrics to a beat. I don't know, but it's easy to do that. It's easy to just kind of create a beat, but when you're starting from the bones and you're trying to build the bones and the whole story and the energy and the aura of the song, it slows it down, and then you critique everything and you want it to be perfect, and then next thing you know, you've had a song for 2 years and you haven't released it yet.
That's true.
So it's about getting what's on your phone out to the world. And I'm at a point right now where I'm do I just release the songs that I have that I enjoy listening to? I can hear the quality's not as great as they should be, but when I show them to my people that I send my songs to, they don't mind it. They like the way it sounds. So I'm kind of in a little bit of a tiff if I'm gonna actually do that or not, because it could also be I might be doing myself a what do you call it?
Disservice.
Yeah, disservice by doing that, by not putting more money into it.
So, I mean, here's my thoughts on it. Like, here I am giving my advice of everybody, giving my advice. I don't know. As a fan, me personally, I kind of like those almost like backroom recordings in a way. Like, those acoustic versions of stuff and too. Like, so I feel like as fans, people would be like, just release it. Like, we don't care. But I do get where you come from with you might people would be like, this kind of, the quality's not that great. So like I'm assuming that's probably a hard line to try and balance.
I have songs that I have different versions of those songs, like 3 or 4 different versions, because I kept trying to critique it. And then by the third version, I'm like, this first version is actually the best. You know what I mean? So
you just had to prove your point.
Yeah, you try to get it to a certain point, but sometimes you can overwork a song,
Mm-hmm. I will say, we did a song called Southern Pines, and that's exactly what happened. that was literally the fuck, like, that was like point A to point fucking L, and then we resorted back to point A. Dude, it was like, we are wringing this towel out too much, man. It was nice, wet. All right, giggity.
You have too many damn people's opinions.
That's right.
That you care about. Like, I care about everybody's opinions. You know what I mean?
Wasn't my opinion.
No, you're right.
But then again, you don't care about me. So,
no, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. So I don't care what you think.
I know that's so hard for you to say.
No, it's funny though, because that's a really cool song, man. And like, we had that song for a year.
It's locked.
Before I got it to Alan, like, hey man, you want to do a feature on one of my songs? And that's kind of what started our whole friendship anyways, is like that collab and working in the studio together. Ever since then, it's been shit. But
yeah, we were on our way to Nashville one day, and I was like, man, I gotta drive 6.5 hours with this guy. I mean,
and we wrote a good song out of it.
We wrote Southern Pines, so that's where that song came from. It was awesome.
Well, I was talking about the other song. What was that song? I can't remember. That one song that we wrote, man. And we went down into the Airbnb and we pumped it out the first time we went down there.
It was Southern.
Maybe someday I'll find a way back.
Oh, to tell, to hold, to love that lasts.
Yeah.
What was that song?
I don't even know. Lonely Road? No, that's not our song. Lost Highway.
Lost Highway, that's it.
Yeah. And it was actually a really good song.
That's the one. See, okay.
You got confused.
Roughnecks podcast. Rewind.
All the way, go back.
And then we were on our way down to Nashville, and we wrote
Lost Highway.
Lost Highway. That's the song. That's the song. It wasn't.
Southern Pines.
Southern Pines.
Shout out to Jake Holland.
Yeah, that's right. Because Southern Pines was Jake Holland.
Yeah, Jake Holland. All Jake Holland.
All day. So just to get that right, I don't want to be, taking credit for where it's not due.
Shady.
Hey,
bro,
come on, man.
I'm trying to take credit for Jake's work, man. Oh shoot! But that was another song that we, like, dude, this is gonna get us. Like, man, this is gonna bring so many years. And the video on Instagram got like 20,000 views, which is kind of.
Yeah.
And it went well, but we never took it to the next level.
Yeah, it wasn't Southern Pines where we were like going back and forth and messing with it. It was Lost Highway. I keep on forgetting that name. But it's a good song. We've written some really bangers, some really good bangers, and
I don't think we've written one song that we're like we scrapped yet.
I
don't think we've scrapped
have you written
anything.
one that you've released yet?
No.
What kind of question is that? We're independent artists, man. We just write songs.
Honestly, Rick Rubin actually said, he goes, I saw it on Instagram, and he goes, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you wrote a song, like how it was arranged, anything. He's like, just put it out. Yeah. Just put the song out. And that was the one thing where I never heard that in my lifetime. So when I heard that on an Instagram reel, and it was Rick Rubin saying that, and I mean, he's a big ass, I don't know if you guys know Rick Rubin, but he's a big ass mogul. And he said that, man, that just stuck with me like tape, man, like duct tape. I mean, it was just like, that's what we need to do. But it's so hard to go from, I will say this, it's so hard to go from, you know, putting out quality, Nashville quality, where, you know, whatever, but it's quality, putting out quality videos, and then going and being like, hey, you know, I'm sitting on my couch and I'm just gonna throw you guys this song. Like, that's so hard to do, because it's like, okay, well, the quality's not there, obviously, but the song could be. But, you know, everything's about like that hit, you know what I mean? Like, if I see a reel and it doesn't grab me right at first, I'm not gonna watch it. Like, if it's just some dude on the shitter playing his guitar and being like, I wrote this song, I hope you guys enjoy it, I'm gonna be like, swipe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
there's so much.
And I did that today, honestly. I wasn't on the shitter, but, you know, it was in my man cave, and I put out a song. It's called Smoke, and, you know, I haven't checked my Facebook or anything like that, or Instagram or whatever, TikTok, but, you know, it.
Let me do that for you real quick.
What, check it?
Yeah. Let's see.
What would you guys say is like the biggest social media app that is the most helpful?
TikTok.
God, I hate TikTok.
The only reason why I say that is because being viral on TikTok is huge. Being viral on Facebook,
Yeah.
Being viral on Instagram, it's been around. You know? So, like, TikTok's like the new kid in school.
Is it easier on TikTok to become viral compared to the other social medias?
Nowadays, I think so.
I mean, it was when it first
started.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
was
when
crazy,
it first
yeah.
started.
Because and then Instagram came in with the reels, and that helped a little bit, I feel like. But it's still TikTok. And once you get into that, like, that algorithm,
right,
you're stuck in their algorithm.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
If they like one of your videos, you're in. It just keeps popping up.
Yeah, and that's why people say post 4 times a day.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the likelihood of you getting seen by a lot of people on that 4th time that you post, big time. And honestly, these apps, they want to see that you're buying into their business.
Right.
So that's the biggest thing. You're kind of becoming an employee of TikTok.
Yeah, they gave me a call. Instagram called me one time, like, from the corporates, after I had a semi-viral video with my song Bad, and, like, all my clips were like, it hit the algorithm and it stuck, and I couldn't believe it. You know, I was getting tons of views and stuff, and then they called me and they wanted to have like a business talk with me, and I was like taking care of my kids, and I'm like talking to somebody that I felt like was a, you know, one of those telemarketers or something.
Yeah.
So I didn't really take it too seriously, but they were telling me what I should be doing, and like, use the broadcast channel, use this and this, go live, do this, and I never did any of that. And ever since then, my algorithm has been shit. Like, I just haven't been like, even the song that I released after Bad was still getting hundreds and hundreds of likes and views, and that hasn't been able to carry on because I didn't take it serious. When they told me to do things, when they called me, that was probably my chance to like capitalize, but I just didn't, compared to other people that probably would have and could have carried that momentum that they had from that one video.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about social media, is like, I have a good Instagram presence. My Facebook is okay, but like,
I feel like Facebook really doesn't matter.
my TikTok just got deactivated,
My
so
Facebook's doing pretty good.
I had to start completely over on TikTok just recently. But
Damn, really?
Yeah, bro, it's awful. I couldn't log
They
back in.
banned it for a minute, and then I don't even understand the terms and conditions of it. Nobody understands terms and conditions, but like, there's a lot of things.
We don't read them.
No, nobody does. I think it was Joe Rogan or something. I was watching his podcast, and he was like talking about it. It's like, have you guys ever actually read that? And it's like, no, nobody's fucking read any of those for anything. The bank, nothing.
Nope.
Like, but he's like, he went through some of the things, and it's like, it is a little like crazy, some of the things that they have compared to a lot of, well, really all the social media sites are a little sketchy in terms of data collecting and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, it is a giant tool. And that's me and my buddy Dante, we've talked about it on our episodes that we have on the podcast, where it's like, social media can either be a tool or a distraction.
No doubt.
And sometimes it's both.
Oh,
I mean, how many times have you guys got on to post something, and then all of a sudden an hour later you're still scrolling?
I saw that.
Okay, let's go.
But it's social media. It's, I mean, for any business, I need it more. Like,
When are you putting this podcast out?
it can be kind of whenever you want. My
Okay.
original plan was either a week from today or 2 weeks from today.
It's before the show.
Can we say something that we just had come across our phones on a text message?
Hey, it's up to you guys. It's up to you.
All right.
Alan will be dancing at Columbus Gold next Saturday.
In a Speedo. Just how Trey likes it.
Oh, shit.
Hey, you brought it up. huh?
Yeah, shoot.
He's going to edit that out. So
That's fine. All right, well, yeah, go ahead. Tell him what's up.
all right, so you want to do it like word for word?
Trade off.
So we just got word July 18th. Obviously, October 10th we have the headliner show coming up, and we thought it would be really awesome to be involved in some other shows coming up. But it came to our doorstep, and it was a show that they thought, the people that we've been talking to, it's a show that they thought that would be great for us to promote the show and everything like that. So without further ado, myself and Trae Myers.
Trae Myers and Alan Carl.
Alan, Carl, and Trae Myers.
July 18th.
July 18th. Opening up for Justin Moore.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, man.
That's
gonna be a big
So
one.
they're also leaving that up to us, like who goes on when.
Oh, God.
So it's another screw in the plans.
You guys
We're
gonna
gonna have
coin
to-
flip like right before?
Dude, we're gonna have to rock paper scissors or some bullshit. I don't know.
Just have both Alan Carl, Trae Myers up on the stage, and then it's like, all right, whoever comes
Oh, I'm
out
gonna
at
talk
this
to the
point.
graphic guy. He's just gonna have my name up there. Okay?
Oh, shoot.
While he's playing, while Trey's
Oh,
playing.
man. Whatever.
Where's that at? Can you say?
Yeah, it's
Union County Fairgrounds. So it's like
Okay.
Marysville.
Yeah.
But WCOL, they've been promoting it like for a damn year already. So yeah, we reached out to some people that were involved in that from our buddies at Route 4 Farm Tour, and
shout out. Woo woo.
yeah, shout out to Erica for making that happen for us. She's been getting more involved in the Columbus music scene, and she's been a great connection to know. And we reached out to her just for some marketing advice for the Newport show when we were in Nashville last, and she was down to help. And I didn't know what she had up her sleeve, but a few weeks later, she was like, "Hey, what do you think about opening up for Justin Moore, you and Alan?" And I'm like, "What do you mean, like a duo, like me and him up there at the same time?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "That ain't happening." Like Alan and I, we need our space.
Yeah. Different trailers, everything backstage.
I didn't know this was WWE, but
Yeah.
Well, I'm more of the Stone Cold. He's more of the Rock. So
Whatever, I'll take it. He's going to a WWE show Monday night, actually.
Yeah,
Or not
next
this
week.
Monday, next week.
Yeah. Can't wait. I love wrestling, man.
Big wrestling guy over here.
Big guy.
He's got his own Speedo that he's going to wear at the Newport that says Alan Carl.
No, it's going to say The Rock on the front. People will know, okay? They'll get it.
That's great.
The big deal.
that's kind of crazy too. That to think that you two headlining together is leading to other things.
It's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's
It's
really
awesome.
fun. Yeah. And he was talking about the camaraderie that Nashville has earlier, and and I think that's what what we want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it just starts with us and just like just starting something new to where people work together, collab together, make songs together, play shows together. Everybody's working their own schedule, so it's hard to do anything together. But you got to really take time to plan these things and make it happen. And you know, most bars only want one act in a night anyways, and you know, they're only willing to pay so much. But that's why the Newport, it's just been a fun, like, from the content to the plotting and the ideas and the visions that we have, and like seeing it kind of come into fruition. With, we got this whole production company involved with a video wall. I mean, it's gonna be, it's
legit.
gonna, yeah, it's gonna be legit. It's gonna feel like an actual concert, not just like another show at the bar.
Yep.
And that's what's exciting about it, is because like we're just trying to check off all these boxes while not liking each other at the same time. It's it's even fun not liking them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been cool, man.
How much in advance before you guys announced it, like planning wise, came about? Like, I think that's what a lot of people kind of forget, and especially as independent artists, there's a lot that goes on before it even gets announced. And you guys announced it, you know, well in advance.
Yeah.
But there's still a lot to happen, but there was a lot that happened before that as well.
Yeah, everything was planned up to that video.
No doubt.
Every move, every word. And we didn't know where we were going to do it. You know, we wanted to be somewhere special, but we had been talking about it all year, like since the beginning of the year. And then we just reached out to Promo West, and they knew of both of us, and they were like all in. They're like, let's do it. And Newport's probably the best fit for you because it's a 1,400 cap. It's not Kemba. You know, it's not 4,000 cap or 2,200. We believe that we can sell out 1,400 tickets in Columbus.
We're going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm a little worried. I need to get my tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, VIP tables have already sold out. So.
Yeah, they went within 24 hours.
Yeah.
Which was a great feeling because, like, we're sitting back like, man, what's going to actually happen?
Yeah.
Right, because you never know rolling into a show or rolling into something that you're, you know, creating. You never know.
Well, we're also putting money into it, you know, so, like, if we walked away without a dime and we had a successful show, then we're happy. And like if you know, the Newport specifically, I've heard from many different people that if you sell it out, something magical happens. Booking agents hit you up, you go on tour with this artist or this artist, but it opens up doors. So it's like, that's why it's so important for us to sell this out, is because it could potentially change the trajectory of his career, my career, anybody involved. And that's why it's so exciting doing it at Newport, is because there is something there. I mean, it's known across the country from booking agents and stuff. So that's the best part about this whole thing, is like, it's at the Newport Music Hall and anything could happen. So this is a chance for the city to stand behind us and really, you know, be there for us if they want to help us take it to the next level. For sure.
Damn near the state.
Yeah.
The whole state,
The whole state and surrounding areas. I think, you know, like Trae touched on, I mean, it's just, it's one of those things where, dude, we've been beating down this dream for a long time. And if this is something that we can give back to our fans and show them a good time, and then them also being a very big part in pushing our careers to the next level, I think that is something that's magical, that people want to be a part of, that when they see, you know, Trae or they see Alan and we're, you know, headlining these big ass venues and selling out these big ass arenas, they can say we were a big part.
Literally the reason why. Yeah.
Why they are where they're at right now.
Yeah.
And I think it will happen, because I think people have so much hope in Trae and I, not only as artists but as people, because, you know, we talk to our fans, we show our fans love, you know what I mean? We have more of a connection, I think, than a lot of people in the music business have with their fans. Like, you know, this is something that's going to be monumental to everybody, not just us. You know, when we play this show, it's we're not just going up there and playing some songs. We're going to give you the best damn show that you've ever been to, ever. ever.
Is this like a continuing theme? Because I'm pretty sure the last time that you were on, that's what you said, because that was right before
My headliner?
your headliner.
Yeah,
So and I feel like it's a very common thing of like each show you're trying to be better.
of course, we're always trying to outdo ourselves, man.
Sports and things like that.
Always trying to outdo yourself.
Yeah, you take a show, because we've all said that. We've all, the next best show is the next big thing, but this is different because it is truly an opportunity rather than like opening up for Riley Green or Justin Moore or whoever it is. Those are great opportunities. Like, come see us open up for these guys. That's great. But to be the ones that the number one radio station in Columbus, Ohio is getting behind,
Yeah.
to be the one that Promo West is getting behind.
Which is well known, even if you're not an artist. Like, as a fan, you know who Promo West is.
Right. Yeah, they're massive, and those are the types of people that you want to be seen by and you want to be respected by.
Yeah.
So when you got the opportunity to go and do something with those people behind you, you already know that it's magic. It's about to be magic.
Yeah.
So that's why there's no doubt in my mind this could be the last time that our city sees or our state sees Alan Carl or myself playing on a local level. That's how I feel. If we sell this out, that's 1,400. That's a lot of tickets.
Quit saying if. Quit saying
When.
if. There we go.
When we sell
I'm
it
a
out.
big believer of that.
Yeah. No, I am too.
Manifesting that.
But it could potentially be life changing.
It's gonna be.
Falling into the trap.
I'm trying to be modest over
See, I
here,
read too
you know what
much
I mean?
and I listen to too many podcasts. So.
I believe in confidence and like manifestation, but I'm also very modest and humble. So
Well,
like
I'm the same way. When it comes to my business, I'm like, if I get this gig, if I do this,
Yeah.
and like even my fiance is like, you always tell me when, and I'm like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
He
I'm
called
the
me out
same
on my own
way.
bullshit.
I'm all about like positive thinking and manifesting, and honestly, like looking back on my past 10 years, the younger self of me would be proud of where I am today. And I know damn well both of your younger versions, you guys are going to look at yourself and be like, damn, I'm doing the things that I wanted to do.
I had no idea.
You didn't have an
If
idea.
you'd have told me 10 years ago, hey, you'd be sitting here on a podcast, or hey, you'd have your own business while also working full time, I'd be like, yeah, you're fucking crazy.
Well, that's why you got to have the vision.
My
bro,
younger version
you know?
would throw the fuck up. Honestly,
Yeah.
he'd be like, "No, you're not.
Yeah, dude.
No, you're not."
But you believed in it so much, like you believed it. And so we got completely different stories right now, which is cool because it really relates to the fact of like manifestation.
Yeah.
I was not a good singer when I started, and to this day, like there's things that I want to work on with myself, but I've created opportunities for myself throughout the journey just by believing.
That's right.
And like being able to take it somehow without sounding too cliche. Like I want to be able to take it to where I've gotten myself. I'm proud of myself. There's so much more that I want to accomplish that I still don't even feel like I've done anything, but like,
That's so weird. I feel the same.
yeah, it's like
Yeah,
there's
weird.
something always over the horizon, and
That's
I can't stop chasing.
It's because you never settle.
Yeah, that's kind
what
of
it
where I
is.
was going to go. It's the
But
big
that's
thing.
a business mindset.
Yeah.
Right.
Which I feel like we all three have very different but similar mindsets of in terms of business. Like obviously I'm in a completely different business than you guys, but
Yeah.
it's the whole thing of like what's next. And the big thing is like, all right, yes, keep going for that one next, but how many times do you guys personally, kind of take a moment to go, holy crap, this is where I'm at?
Not too often. I don't really think about like what I've accomplished because that's like a 3-day high. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you get done playing a big show for 4,000 or 5,000 people, whatever it is, playing for a big name, like it's really cool for a few days. But then what? It's gone. It's in the past. There's nothing else to it.
Yeah, you can't ride that wave too long.
No, it's a resume builder. It helps,
Yeah.
but like, what does that even really do? Like, it gives you credentials, but there's
If
always
10 years down the line, you're like, hey, I opened up for this person,
Right.
but you're still in the same spot that
Right.
you were
Right.
when you opened up for that person. It means literally
Yeah.
not nothing, but it doesn't mean as much as if you made a name for yourself
Right.
at that point.
right. Yeah, there's a never-ending battle to try to
Yeah.
be what we're trying to accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when that road will ever end. I don't think it ever will.
I think even when you get to the point where like we're sitting down right now, we're thinking about the bigger picture as far as like, for me anyway, like the red carpets, you know, ACMs, CMTs, the award shows, playing Grand Ole Opry. I think, you know, in the moment, that's going to be like, holy shit, you know,
this is happening.
I'm here. This is, you know, and a lot of people would say, you know, you've made it, like you've arrived. But I think in my mind, it would be like the next year, okay, I get called to go down another red carpet, and then it just starts becoming that routine. And then you're like, okay, well, what's the next big thing? Now the next big thing is like, well, who am I collabing with?
Yeah.
Who's the next big artist that I'm collabing with? Because now I've made a name for myself, but who's the next big guy? You know? And or you're the big guy and people want to collab with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's another big hurdle too in life. You know, it's like people see your talents, people see your worth, and then they're like, man, I want to be on that. You know, so I'd really like to sit down and talk to Jelly Roll about his life and how he came up and
how much time you got.
And, right, but like his perspective on, because dude, I used to listen to him when he was just doing rap and he was just like grinding in the gutters.
I remember I heard my first, like you probably listened to him before me, but I remember my first song I heard was Save Me.
Yeah.
And it was when I was in college, I think. And then all of a sudden, like, he came into the scene and it was like, what just happened? Like, all of a sudden, it was, but that's, I feel like is that a pretty common thing nowadays? It's like, when you're in this, like Zach Top,
yeah,
you have that one song, you've been writing music for X amount of time, and then all of a sudden, that one song, you're there.
I think so. And Zach Top's another great example of somebody who I'd like to sit down with. Morgan Wallen, you know what I mean? Like, what point in time did you just sit back and you said, damn, I am this icon now? Because Morgan Wallen will go down as an icon in country
like his music or not.
He will.
He's like Tom Brady, I feel like.
Yeah.
You hate him, love him, he's a legend.
Yeah. I mean,
I
that's just the
fucking
way
love
it is.
Morgan Wallen.
I do. I mean, I do too.
I think what he's done in our generation
Yeah.
is pretty monumental for sure.
But I'd love to talk to those guys and sit down and be like, you know, what point in time did you guys be like, damn, I actually made this shit happen? Mm-hmm. And like, or like the people around me made it happen, but like my abilities made it happen. And you know, you're sitting back and you're like, I was in this house, you know, like put it into perspective, right? It's like I was in this house, this house I grew up in, and I'm playing my songs. Like for me, it's like I grew up in a house on a farm and I was playing my songs on the side of my bed. It's like, and then fast forward, now I'm 32 years old, you know, playing out shows and people knowing who I am, want to take pictures and sign autographs and stuff. Did I think that the 15-year-old, 14-year-old that was playing an Ion electric guitar that his mom and dad got him for Christmas, that he begged for 5 years, then he finally got and didn't know how to play it, would that dude look at this guy today and be like, damn, man, who would have thought? So like I'd like to sit down and talk to those guys about like, man, going from that point in time to this stardom, how does that feel? And you know, I think that'd be a great conversation. Pretty cool.
And you're looking at it from your perspective now. Just think another 10 years down the road, having a conversation with the guy that is sitting here today.
I know.
You know, because you keep working at what you're going for, you're bound to get there.
Yeah.
Like, you're bound. If you're working for something and you believe in it and you got talent and you skill and you're putting all that energy towards there, look where it's gotten you.
Right.
What's going to be in another 5 or 10 years?
I know, I can't
What conversation are you going to be having with yourself?
I can't wait.
Something I personally do in terms of all that is, you know, call it soft or what you want. I journal. And, you know, I'm a proponent of mental health, but I'm also a proponent of being a man. So like, I feel like there's a balance there, but I journal and I still have journals from 2 years, 3 years ago. And I will go back and then I'll, like, on the day that I'm journaling, I'll read that journal entry from 2 years ago. And it's like, whether I was going through hell or thought I was hot shit or just whatever it was, I look at it all the time. And like, you know, sometimes I reflect on it in that journal entry or whatever. So then like, you know, 3 years, because then like now I'm at the point where I'm reading 2022, 2023, 2024, whatever it is. And it's just, that's some of the stuff too. Like when I get down on myself and you look at where you were 2 years ago and you're like, holy shit, like, all right, you're not in as bad a shape as you think you are.
Right.
But it's also the same. It's a nice ego check at the same time sometimes where it's like, oh, you think you're hot shit, and then you read where you were 2 years ago and you're like, oh shit, I'm in the same fucking spot. Like
I will say it's the same for us. I would say, I don't know if you can agree with this, but it's the same way with like, dude, I had a phone, right? And I had voice memos. And dude, back in the day, I'd rip a song in a voice memo. So in a way, that's journalism. You know, that's me putting it in a journal. And dude, I go back to like these voice memos from back in the day, and I'm like, damn, dude, the growth. You know, I mean, that's just like inspiring to me, of like, man, the maturity, but also like the growth, and like, you know, what I'm writing about is just like so much. There's so much more like substance to what I'm writing about nowadays than what I would be writing back in the day, because I didn't go through anything back in the day. I was a kid.
Yeah.
You know, I was a kid. I didn't know. I didn't go through life. I wasn't going through trials and tribulations and different situations to make me write this way.
To pay at that point.
Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always revert back to that, and I'm like, damn, man, how far?
Yeah.
How far? But then I look at myself and I'm like, all right, I opened up for Riley Green, 7 years ago, and still where I'm at. No, I'm joking. I don't think I'm the same guy of where I was back in the day. I think I've grown a lot. I've matured a lot, and I've got a lot more opportunities, and I've been in front of a lot more people than back in the day. And obviously, you do grow. If you, like Trae was saying, you keep on doing it. You're consistent. You love it. You know what I mean? Something's going to happen, and something is happening, and there is something happening with me and Trae even getting together as friends and doing a headliner show. I mean, not as much as I don't like them, but, you know, it's the way it is. You know what I mean? So I think there's something big that's going to happen, and I think everything happens for a reason also. So
I do too, and I think once you start something, I mean, it takes several years usually, but like it's like a 2-year of consistency. If you're doing something for a year or 2 years and you just focus on that, something has to come of that. So if we can actually be friends for 2 years without fighting,
that's what I was gonna say. How long have you guys known each other?
We got to stop drinking together and shit. Well, I tried to be friends with Alan a long time, but he was just always kind of a dickhead.
Because you guys both played the O on Lane. Is that what it's called?
No, so I played a headliner at Flanagan's like back in 2021, and I hit Alan up. This is the first time I remember like
I was gonna ask,
like,
we actually haven't had the meeting story of you two.
I don't know. What's your vision? What do you remember?
Yesterday, so I don't know. You tell it.
So I just remember, like, I had that headliner at Flanagan's, and I hit up a couple people, and I hit up Alan if he wanted to come play, because I found out that he lived in Columbus. You know, but I had like seen him on socials. I think I'd seen him on tour with another guy that was from here, which kind of, you know, I started liking him. You know, I liked his sound and I liked his music.
It sounded like it was really hard for you to say.
Yeah, it was, because I don't want to admit I did like him.
He was grinding his teeth while he was saying, he's like, fuck this guy.
But then, we played that show together. I think he ended up giving me a ride home. I don't know if it was that night. Or a different night, but you gave me a ride home at like fucking 2 a.m. or something, and I couldn't drive, and you're like, dude, I got you. I'm like, bro, you live in Mount Vernon.
That's right.
Like,
I think that was the first time.
Was it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
I didn't even know you.
And you live east, don't
I
you?
lived in Pataskla at the time.
I was gonna say, that's what I thought.
I was a nice guy back then.
Yeah, and then
now you'd have told him, you'd have just ordered him an Uber.
Uber Eats and find your way home.
I'd be fine with that too, by the way. I'd be fine with that.
Feel like you're delivering them food. Can you take them home too?
That'd be fine. Taco Bell, man.
Hey, however many more stops you got to make, we're good, guys.
But no, I remember that, because you were like, dude, it's out of your way. Like, it's not on your way home. And I was like, no, bro, I got you.
And then the next time was you invited me up to play at Put in Bay at Mojito Bay.
That was fun.
You're like, dude, come up and play guitar with me. I'm like, wait, so we're just gonna like rotate songs, or you want me to play lead? Because I ain't playing lead guitar. I ain't playing lead, but I'll sing. And so we went back and forth. And then, like, he paid me 2 times as much as I thought I was going to get paid. So I was like, oh, damn, this dude, he hooked me up.
Hey, tell him out there. Tell him out there, Trey.
He hooked
Tell
me
him
up.
how I take care of people.
Yeah, we slept in a little freaking dorm room together on the same twin bed.
There was 2 beds, all right? I took the queen. He took the twin.
But yeah, that, and then, you know, I think we ended up at Put in Bay again together, like a couple different times, and I'd be out there, and one time all the electricity went out, and he was on stage, and he had me come up and sing a song with him, and then, I mean, that was pretty much the start of it. But that's, at that point, I was already trying to, like, befriend this dude. Like,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I was, like, just showing up, like, supporting him and shit, but this has been a long time coming
This
for
was
me.
like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
That was like, what, 5 years ago, maybe? That was a long time ago.
Damn.
Was it?
It
had to have been.
Oh, because you
It's
were
pretty
the
long.
one that
4 or
actually
5
introduced
years.
me to Trey.
Oh.
Because when we recorded our first episode, you told me about Trey and you told me about Preston.
Yes. Okay.
And
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
had
yeah.
both of them on now.
Right on.
Now that's
Yeah,
your
then you
second
hit me
time.
up.
Yeah. So you were and I don't remember when I mean, that had to
3 years ago?
It probably. I've been with my girlfriend, fiance, whatever the hell she is, for 3 years now.
Cut that out.
She
Yeah.
doesn't listen. It's
It
That's
okay.
your fiance.
She doesn't listen. It's
It had to
okay.
be.
What are you trying to do to yourself, boy?
Had to have been 3 years ago.
So I think it was
When all time class.
Michael Ray.
Yeah,
That was
where we met.
2023.
Blue
Yeah,
Star.
that's where we met. Was Michael Ray.
Actually, or 22. I don't know. I just looked at the flyer. I have it in my man cave.
Yeah, so
And
yeah, that's when we met. Was
Michael
Michael
Ray
Ray
on Carl.
concert.
Yeah.
So that's and then when we recorded, maybe a month or 2 later, and
Yeah.
then that's when you told me about Trey. You told me about Preston,
Yeah.
and I had both of them on.
Yeah, shout out to Preston Cooper. Badass
My dude.
He's doing his thing.
I
I
still
can't
talk
even
to him.
pump gas, and I see his face on
Love
the
it.
damn gas pump singing
Yeah,
to
no
him.
shit. Dude, same. I'm like
It's
pumping
like,
my gas,
that's
and I'm
my
like, I know
boy.
that voice. I turn around, I'm like, that's fucking Preston. Hell yeah.
He's out
Hell
there
yeah. He's
killing
doing
it,
good, man. He's
Yeah,
doing
he is.
awesome, and I'm proud of him. He's doing awesome.
Young kid that deserves it.
He was a
deserves it, man.
mailman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was I remember him telling me that, and I was just like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, I would not have expected you to be a mailman.
Bro, I gotta piss real bad.
I got pissed too.
We'll cut
All right.
for now.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
PC and stuff. That bourbon's got a hold on me. I feel like this is gonna be like a 3-hour freaking podcast.
Hey, that's
fine.
up to you guys.
Dude, I'm Joe Rogan in it.
I
Let's
gotta
do
go
it.
home and be a dad, and I love it, but I don't mind drinking beer with the
Hey,
homies.
you got to give me. You just give me a time to cut it off, and I'll cut it off.
All right. We'll see where it
We'll
goes.
circumcise this motherfucker.
No,
8 o'clock. Yeah,
I don't even know. You guys were talking. I forget what we were actually talking about.
with me. To Raw. I know. He said if that's cool.
It's not. It's not cool anymore, bro.
So what were you talking about?
We were talking about how I'm headlining the Newport.
No, I'm headline.
No, one thing I get from both of you is that you're genuine, and that's why I don't mind. Like, that's my thing is when I do podcast research for a guest, and especially if it comes from a guest, that I still do a research, but if it comes from a guest that I think is genuine, I don't do as much research, but I do a lot of research on my guest, and both of you are genuine guys. I mean, when I met you, sorry Trey, I haven't been to one of your shows yet, but I'm going to. I've been to 2 of Alan's actually. First one was actually not on purpose. It was when I went to the Michael Ray concert. They were tickets that were free from one of my fiance's friends. So we went, and then I actually had gone to the bathroom. Me and my fiance both went to the bathroom, and she goes, "Hey, there's the opener," and I was like, drunk enough, so I just walked over, stood in line for a minute. And we started talking about deer hunting. You were showing me trail cam pictures. I was showing you trail cam pictures, and that's how it all started.
Hell yeah.
And then it got to the point, I think somebody would look to you and went, hey, there's other people that want to meet you. And I went, oh, shit, I'm taking up everybody's time. So I walked away. But that's how our relationship started.
That's great.
But that's the thing, too. And I'm sure you guys are similar, of not being afraid to just go talk to somebody. I think you've talked about it on the podcast, but you have to be willing to kind of put yourself out there, especially as an independent artist. I feel like it's a little bit more.
Yeah, and I think, liquid courage helps.
Yeah.
When we're in Nashville, you know what I mean? And we go to a place called Red Door a lot, and it's kind of like the spot for all the artists and stuff, and everybody knows each other there and stuff. And, we run into some people that, we're friends with, or, maybe we want to become friends with, and, after a long day of writing songs and playing out and doing this, that, and the other, and having a few drinks and stuff, we walk in there and she's like, hey, there's such and such. Let's just go up and talk to him, So it's easy, it really is easy. A lot of people, like, they get in their own heads and they're like, well, what if they don't like me? It's like, bro, they're just like you.
Everybody's really nice. Really. At the end of the day, I feel like everybody's pretty nice.
Honestly,
9 times out of 10, I feel like they're willing to help.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You do have
sometimes,
those outliers that they're kind of assholes.
Yeah, there's some guys where they're cold shoulder you.
I don't think willing to help's the right word or the right phrase, because nobody's willing to help.
They're not. No, they'll talk to you. They'll follow you on Instagram, but no, the
one more
helping.
follow is nice. But
yeah, and people seeing what you got going on and stuff is cool.
Right, but what's better, a follow or a ticket sale?
I'd rather my fans, man.
That's right.
That's fair.
I'd rather my fans than anybody else. Obviously, I have my friends and I have my core group that I love to death, and I help out and I do whatever I can for them. But at the end of the day, like, my fans are everything to me. Like, and that's just real. That's just down to brass tacks. You strip it all away, man. It doesn't matter if you're writing songs. It doesn't matter if you're playing out. It don't matter nothing. The only thing that matters is the people that are showing up to see you and buying into what you got going on.
Yeah.
And I love those people.
Whether that's like that's what I try to, like, as somebody that does this kind of, like, the podcast and everything, you want people to support you, but how can you ask people to support you if you don't support them?
Right.
So, like, anytime I see your guys' post, I like it. Whether I watch the full video or not, I like it.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same with a lot of people that I've had on the podcast, or people that I just genuinely support what they're doing and things like that. I try to, like, just, give that like, because a like, it doesn't mean much, but it can mean a lot.
If somebody's looking at it,
It does mean a lot.
it means a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I know who likes my stuff. Like, you know who likes your stuff.
Yeah.
To a degree. Like, once you get to a certain point, I feel like people, like, if you have your notifications turned off, you might get to a point where it's...
Yeah. I don't have my notifications on for nobody. So
that's fair. Yeah, that's what
I just don't live like that.
You had texted me and everything, and then I messaged him, and I was like, I wonder if he has his notifications turned off, because he hasn't responded, and it was like 5:55, and I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Dude, I call this guy sometimes, and it goes like... Hey, this is Trae Myers. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, I go with Do Not Disturb a lot, and they got this new feature. Have you seen it? It's
it just goes right to voicemail. I've heard it.
My boss gave me shit because my phone automatically goes to Do Not Disturb when I get home. I don't know how it happened that way.
Damn.
But my phone
Have you
does
seen that? The reduce interruptions.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's a
It's
new one on the
amazing.
update. So it is nice because, like,
What does that do?
it just reduces your notifications.
You don't have, so, like, it's the whole thing of the, like, clickbait or, like, the adrenaline or whatever. So your notifications aren't popping up.
Gotcha.
So you don't have to, you
don't feel that anxiety to go and check
I gotta
them.
go see what somebody commented. Oh shit.
Gotcha.
What is that? Somebody texted. Somebody called. Like,
Yeah.
my boss. Yeah, he gave me shit because I used to show up late for work a lot of times. He's like, I'm calling you, but it says your phone's on Do Not Disturb, so you're not getting any of it.
Yeah.
So
Damn.
yeah, I used to have that problem. I don't anymore. I'll show up late to work tomorrow. It's a rain day. It's okay. But No, so I mean, unless you guys got some more stuff to talk about, I guess we can kind of wrap it up. But I would like, if you guys don't mind, sing a couple songs. We'll put that after the episode. But talk about the headliner, put it out there, promote it.
So I'm headlining the Newport October 10th.
So I'm headlining the Newport October 10th.
It's going to be a great night. Alan's opening up the show. He's going to wear a Speedo. This back
Trae's actually opening up the show. I'm just going to let you know this. And he's going to, when he bends down to grab his beer, he's going to show you guys a surprise on the back of his back. It's a tramp stamp. So it's got something vulgar on it and with an arrow pointing down. But I think you guys will like it. And this is another reason why you need to come out to this show, because not only am I showing up in glory, but Trae's going to be showing up with a tramp stamp. So no, but in all seriousness,
I will walk out on his set and embarrass you. Just so you know. You want to keep this going.
I was going to say, I feel like this is going to be both ways.
This is going to go all the way down to the wire. Like, we'll see what happens. But
I'm going to have to talk to the production guy and get something going.
No, so yeah, October 10th.
Tickets are on sale, right?
Tickets are on sale.
Yep.
VIP
Where can they get
sold
tickets?
out.
So you guys know?
Do you know that link?
Yeah.
I'll put it in the episode description as well.
Yeah, so it's October 10th, and it's at the Newport in Columbus, Ohio. And the ticket link is www.axs.com, events, Trae Myers, Alan Carl tickets. So go get your tickets today. Obviously, like we said, VIP tables are sold out.
Tickets are going to sell out.
That's right, they are.
So I'd get your ticket quick.
That's right.
Because we want to sell it out tomorrow.
It's going to be
so we
sold
can
out.
Celebrate. You know what I mean? Like, we want to be able to know.
If you guys sell it out tomorrow or whenever this drops, I will wear a Speedo on stage.
Shit.
Motherfuckers. I swear to God.
Hey, I've been working out.
I work out. Go get your tickets for the concert. I'll be there. I promise you guys. It will not be a concert that you will want to miss. It is going to be a great time. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. Maybe we do a little recap after.
I'd love it.
Oh, for sure.
Maybe we'll do the patio one with scars.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, October. We might be able to make it work. I got a solo fire stove out there, so we might be able to make it work. It'll be a little chill.
I have a feeling that Alan's going to be on tour after this show.
I have a feeling Trae's going to be on tour with me after the show.
So we might not be around, but
hey,
maybe
listen,
you come
I'll come
out and
to
hang
you.
out with us.
I don't give a shit.
No, I think the trajectory of this show is monumental. I think you guys need to be a part of this show. I think this is a point in time in life right now that you buy those tickets, you will not regret your decision when you come to this show. This is going to be something that's bigger than you've ever been a part of. We talked about Red Rocks. We talked about Grand Ole Opry. This is going to be bigger than anything that they've ever put on. So you guys have to come out to it, and you have to get your tickets, because Trae and I have been putting our heart and soul into this show, pulling out all the stops and making everything happen for the best show possible. And if you guys aren't there, I'm telling you straight up, the people that are there are going to tell you you missed out on the best show that you will ever see in your entire life. And I ride on that until I die.
Ditto. I believe it.
I'm telling you guys, these are two genuine dudes that are putting on a hell of a show. It will not disappoint. Go get your tickets now. Just let me get mine first. But so concert October 10th.
That's right.
What's next?
The big time, baby. Let's go.
All right.
That's right. There's nothing next.
I gotta ask this one last question. Any new songs before the concert?
Oh yeah.
There's a few of them.
In my Batman voice, yes.
But will you hear them? Most
Well,
likely
here's my
ain't
question,
gonna
though.
happen.
I'm going to ask you guys to sing a little bit after this, and that's going to go on the podcast. Will we hear any of the new songs?
I'm singing you 2 new ones.
Southern Pines is gonna come out before the show. Like it's almost.
You don't have
there.
to sing that on the podcast, but I'm
News
just
to
saying.
me.
Oh no, we'll definitely sing that for you. Yeah, but it's
It's up to you guys.
You act like
Alan
you
knows.
never
I'll
sing
make cuts
that.
of it and I'll put it on social media.
we're gonna do the the calm version. You got to tell Alan
Hey,
like,
But
hold back.
also at the same time, like if you guys want to give me a song that I can have and then I can show people, be like, hey guys, look.
I got you.
We have some MP3s, bro. We got plenty of those
Yeah.
that we could share with you.
I will say this is just a little reverting to your ending, but we did a songwriter night in Nashville at Doghouse on Demumbrian Street, and
Doghouse.
yeah, it was called the Doghouse, wasn't it?
Nah.
It used to be called the Doghouse.
Was it Live Oak?
Oh, so I guess they changed the name. So Live Oak,
Was it Live Oak?
was it Live Oak? Because it used to be
so.
called the Doghouse.
Yeah.
Anyway, on Demumbrian, we played a songwriter night, and
Sorry.
before.
What is a songwriter night?
So it's like four people up there, and they just go through turns and they sing their songs,
Okay.
sing original songs.
I've always heard that, but I'm like, I have no clue. What
Yeah,
the
it's
fuck
pretty
that
cool.
is.
It's actually a really cool experience about
But
Nashville.
I've seen
yeah.
the videos of that, so like now it's all correlated.
Yeah.
So we were, kind of like pre-gaming a little bit before the songwriter night and stuff, and we're at the Airbnb, and he goes, "Hey, you want to do Southern Pines?" And I go, "Yeah," and he goes, Trey goes, "Well, just keep it chill." And I said, "Dude, I'm not gonna try to go and blast the song. You know what I'm saying? Like on the last part, like I do." And he goes, "Okay, cool." So we roll up to Live Oak, roll in there. I start the round, and then he plays Southern Pine right after me.
This is the last round, by the way.
The last round.
You get
So
like 3 songs.
Yeah, 3 or 4
Yeah.
songs. Yeah. And so we're on the last round, right? And he goes and sings it, and we get to the last part, and at the end of the song, I go, "Oh hell no!" Like I go like high as shit, and that's on the recording. And we had talked about it where we're just gonna keep it chill and stuff like that. Well, you can kind of see Trey posted about it. He posted the video, and and I go fucking high, and I'm like screaming this shit. And he looks over at me and he's like, "I thought you were gonna do that."
Yeah, you messed up my performance, bro.
And I go, "Oh shit, I'm sorry."
I couldn't
He's like,
even
"We talked
sing."
about this
Yeah.
shit. You weren't supposed to do this." So it's funny, but yeah,
No, it was great though. It was great. But
we'll
he
keep
was,
it chill today.
He was this far off the mic when he did it.
But it sounded like I was like,
Is that a common thing? Do you ever get
Screaming.
like too crazy?
I think the thing of it is like for me, it's like, bro, I'm in Nashville. I'm gonna show these motherfuckers what I got going on. You know what I mean? So like,
You got people from all walks.
right?
of
You
the
don't know
world.
who's in the room.
Yeah.
So I had to like show up and show out, and that's just how I roll. But I know we had talked about it, and maybe in confidence, but
No,
I had to do what I did.
I was happy he did it, but it's a lot for the acoustic version. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like,
It's almost too much.
it's just a strong ass voice. You know? That's all it is. It's just strong voice. So maybe not today, but we'll leave that up to him to
I don't think
make
it's gonna
that
happen
game
today.
time decision.
Yeah.
That's fine. All right, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for having us, man.
October 10th.
Y'all get your tickets. We love you guys so much. Please, let's sell this motherfucker out.
We'll see you there.
Bye, everybody.
Let's get it.